even though Sean Payton said nothing yesterday, that's where the game becomes media manipulation. And when your friends in the media begin to take up for you and explain why you did what you did. And there's a collection of tweets that have been publicized by the, what's the Twitter account? The Cool Your Jets Twitter account. And when you look at these, it's almost like they all got the same phone call. They're all operating off the same sheet of music. Everything he does is intentional. Everything he does is deliberate. Nothing is accidental. This is all the talking point of he's trying to boost his team. He's trying to make his team better. He's doing what he's doing for a reason. There's method to the madness. Instead of people saying, has he lost his mind? Jeff Duncan, who covered the Saints throughout the entire time Sean Payton was the coach. Folks, Sean Payton is building up the confidence of the quarterback, letting him know that he's got his back. If there's collateral damage in the way of completing that mission, trust me, he doesn't care. This is all about his team and his quarterback, nothing more, nothing less. So I guess the argument would be that Sean Payton said all those things privately, but for some reason decided that to properly prop up his quarterback, he needed to take it public. Like, that's the unexplained angle here. Why did all this stuff have to be public? Anything he said to Jarrett Bell, he could have just said behind closed doors and avoided stirring up the Jets, stirring up Nathaniel Hackett, and having people say, if it was anybody but Sean Payton, we'd say this guy's lost his damn mind.
Well, I think that there is also a way to prop up your quarterback in the media and through, whatever columnist you want, whether it's Jarrett Bell or somebody else, without also saying that this was one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL, right? I mean, you can say, I don't know what he was taught last year, or I don't know what the scheme was, or I don't know what blah, blah, blah. But I can tell you that this year, I firmly believe that Russell Wilson will be the guy that we know that he can be, right? And I think that also props up your quarterback without having to be that particularly incendiary. And yeah, I guess that because of Sean Payton's status as an NFL head coach, right? I mean, somebody who has won a Super Bowl, somebody who was there for so long, and you understand kind of some of the psychology behind what he's doing. He has more of a latitude, more of a longer rope, let's call it, to do something like this, to say something like this. Because if it's, I don't know, give me the first year head coach, like if Jonathan Gannon came in and he was like, I don't know what Cliff Kingsbury was doing, and this is one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL, we'll all be like, what the absolute bleep? Like, coming from you? Oh, what in the world? Like, it makes it a little bit different, I think. But it's still like just one of those things where you're like, oh my goodness, this is a lot.
But you know what? There's a way to accomplish the same thing without being quite so blunt and harsh. What Sean Payton could have said is, look, I've got the benefit of experience. I've been around. I've seen some things. I've been a first-year head coach. Last year in Denver, the problem was there was too much first-year GM, first-year head coach, although Payton was in his second year. But there's a lot of new. Sure. There's a lot of people trying to adjust to things on the fly. We got new ownership. We got a new quarterback in a new city. We got a new coach-GM relationship. There's just too many things that were new, and too many people maybe trying to get comfortable in their new surroundings that no one was in position to look at the big picture and ask, is everything working? And so that happens sometimes. We've seen that happen before in football where there's too much new. That would have been a way to do it that doesn't nuke everybody. Just say too much new. Last year entailed too much new. And you know what? That's right. That's a great explanation for it. Because we look, anytime anybody's new at a job, think of your first year at any job you've ever had. You show up for a new place to work. You're dealing with new people all the time. You've got a new office. You have to adjust. Your body, your brain, everything about you has to get used to this. So when everyone is all new, it's hard to have that connective tissue that pulls everyone together and helps everyone understand what we need to do to be on the same page. There are going to be issues. There are going to be problems. That would have been a way to explain it that, It would have been far less entertaining. We would have had far fewer page views on the story, so I'm glad he didn't do it that way. But it would have avoided this mess that Sean Payton's going to have to clean up, either indirectly through friends in the media or directly whenever he speaks to the media.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, like, yeah, but if he soft pedals it like that, then like we're not talking about it. I mean, that's a nothing burger story that maybe we cover, maybe we don't, and then we just kind of all move on. And I guess that in some ways that's what you want if you're a head coach, right? I mean, ask Sean McDermott if he regrets saying that he was very concerned about Stephon Diggs in the middle of June, right? We're still talking about that. I just made him catch a stray in a segment that we're doing on Sean Payton because it was such a weird turn of phrase in the middle of June. So everything that a head coach says can be dissected, parsed, all these different things. And for somebody who in Sean Payton, who has been a part of the NFL for as long as he has, who was a head coach for as long as he has, who spent last year doing media for Fox every day. And it's not like he doesn't know that his comments, whatever they may be, are going to be blown up. So this was very interesting. I will put it like that, just because you don't often see head coach comments go this far, go this attacking, and be something that we can talk about for as long as we've talked about it.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.